Guys, to do the Guna YouTubes and Golo Kante, let's take another trip down memory lane. Now, you can't be weak in football. You can't be weak. I'm sorry, especially where I'm from. Or if you want to be a pro, where I'm from, inner city London, it's cutthroat. It's cutthroat in anything. Not even that. Professional football is all cutthroat. We always hear about how competition will bring out the best in people, and it is true. Whether in life, in business, in anything. I mean, would Tesco's be as innovative if it wasn't for Sainsbury's fighting them? And Asda, it pushes people to be better. Messi and Ronaldo. I mean, specifically to Arsenal, because I'm an Arsenal fan. We know Lacazette is clearly better than Giroud. But what did you always hear? Competition will bring out the best in Giroud, or could make Giroud better. Same was said slightly by people for Lacazette, because he was saying he wasn't a starter, automatic starter for Arsenal. I can't believe that, because he signed 52 million. But yeah, imagine what these two actually think of each other. Like, I'd be keen to know what Lacazette actually thinks of Giroud. Of course, they're good friends, but there's only one position up front, unless Lacazette's going to be on the flank. So, and obviously, both of them believe it should be them. If Giroud doesn't think it should be him, then he needs to come out the club, because that's not elite mentality. The same goes for Lacazette. And now, if I relate it back to my Sunday League times, it was competitive, man. Football was competitive, man. Especially people like young. Let me not lie to you, young black males, football means a lot to us, especially with all the stitch up and all these things. Football meant a lot to us, and a lot of inner city London boys in general. Like, it's not even just us. I remember, if I look at the school team, we all wanted to start. I would say I'm better than you at right back. He would say I'm better than you. The strikers would fight, blah, blah, blah. People from other schools, because people talk, would say, oh, no, we're playing that school. He's not good, or he's not good, or he's hard. These things happen. There's people that have rated me as a footballer. There's people that think I'm crap. Like, these things happen. So you can see how much of a serious thing it is. People try and G-check people. When you're a player and you go to new clubs, people try and G-check you. How many times have you guys been on trial or been trying to get into grassroots clubs, and then it feels like you're under an examination, not by the coach, but by the players. They're critiquing you, and it's true, they're critiquing your first touch. They're critiquing everything you've got. That's what happens in professional football. Like, them man there probably knew Lacazette was sick, but when Lacazette came to Arsenal, they want to see, is it really as good as he is? They want to see, has he really got a good touch? Is he really tidy? Should he really be playing ahead of me? This is really what happens. City, better example, because it's more closer in that they've got how many sick attacking players. Sterling and Sane, they reacted. They were playing sick last year, but Pep went and got more midfielders. People were saying Sterling's not going to play. He obviously gassed himself and thought, do people not know how certain I am? And he's keeping Bernardo Silva on the bench at this moment in time. And if someone is going to get knocked out of the side at this moment in time, it's going to be Sane before it is Raheem Sterling. So pressure and these things bring the best out of you. Not only that, professional clubs, you've got trialists every week. Obviously, the clubs want the best players, so that might not necessarily be the existing. So they're going to critique you. Now, I've told you guys about my trial at Spurs. If I go back to it, I can remember the faces, people looking at you funny, people critiquing your touch and things like that. So then you've got to go out and clamp guys in the first thing to let them know, all right, cool, whether I get in or not, I'm not the one. These are the sort of things. Not only that, if we look at grassroots clubs, at Norseman and Everton All-Stars and things like that, I'm offended if you bring another right back into training. Now, Darren used to do that to bring out, because complacency is a big thing. Complacency, like you've seen with Bellerin, can not make you excel, and competition, I've already said, brings out the best. I was offended. You bring another right back, not that I'm not assured in myself. I was thinking, all right, cool. You clearly, do you think I'm playing good, or do you think that you can get better? Like, okay, cool. I've now got to make sure my passing is on point, my crosses are better than yours, my overlapping, my defending is better than yours. If I drift over to that left-hand side or end up there, I'm going to put a clamp on you and end this little shenanigans. But yeah, man, like, stop people cutting in as quickly. Like, stop people passing and them things there. It's got to happen. It's got to be cutthroat, because if you lose the trust of your teammates, which doesn't get spoken about a lot, it's a matter. Like, if I look at my side at Norseman, and even now today playing for Wrongins in Sunday League, we all critique each other. Like, we all want each other to win, and if you do well, you get praised, and if you do crap, you get critiqued accordingly. All of equal ability, all holding people to big accounts. You've got to have a strong personality. You can't shield into it, because sometimes you think people are chatting crap, like you see in professional football. Someone might say, I might really need my fullback, my winger, to tuck in, and he's not listening, so I have to shout and say things, tuck in. Someone might not think as a fullback I'm doing my job when I actually am. I have to tell, man, what are you talking about? These are the sort of things that happen. And if I bring through a good example of what I don't want to call it a weak personality, but it's cutthroat, and that is the reality. Whether you're nice or not, football, especially football where I've come from, you've got to be harsh. Whether you're good or not, you've got to be harsh. Pre-season, I think we couldn't have been older than 13, 14. Pre-season, big pre-season. So we had the A team, the B team, my age group, the year below us who were very good, and some used to play for us and have pre-season and things. There's like 3 teams, so there's like 33 people there. Even more, there's about 4 teams. There's bare people in it. There's almost about 4 to 6 different plus teams all playing games in pre-season after the training and stuff. But in this one particular game now, Lewis, our goalie, very decent keeper, man. Like, he was alright. Very shy guy, very much in his own shell. Nothing wrong with being like that. But in football, you can't be like that. He made a mistake, a massive error, man. 2 mad errors. I think someone scored a banger, which he should have dealt with from outside the area, and he didn't collect a cross. And what did you hear? Pardon my language, but what did you hear? Can you imagine his own team and the other team all like, oh man, how did you do that? You're crap, you're shit, you're this, you're that, you're the third. I could see him crying. Like, he looked like he was going to reduce to tears. He come off the pitch and started crying. Did he come training again? Is he been seen again? Unfortunately, no. It's a sad tale, but it's sink or swim. You've got to be able to talk nonsense back. You've got to be able to. You've got to be able to stand up for yourself. Right or wrong, you've got to be able to stand up for yourself, because it's not a joke. It's not a joke. I personally believe there's 11 captains. Everyone should be pulling each other aside. Everybody should be critiquing accordingly. There's one voice, which is the manager, but that's how it should be. Everybody holds themselves accountable. Your team is only as strong as the weakest person. And if I look at my Norseman team, from the keeper to the 11, there's 11 players, very different in life experience, but everybody will open their mouth if they feel there is a need to, and everybody will stand up for each other. Like, if someone got into beef, I'm backing it. If I got into beef, people are backing it. And I can't talk about certain things that have happened off the pitch, but certain problems have developed in my school life, and definitely my Sunday league life, because of little kerfuffles after football, and they've had to be dealt with accordingly. So that's how I know people stay committed in this thing. Now, if you, for a better example, not to snitch on myself, if you go and look at Pizzagate or milk/water/ not respecting gate between Man City and Man United, whatever happened there, you've got to be able to stand up for yourself. You've got to be able to take competition. You've got to be able to for people to G-check you and G-check people, because there's been mad times. Midfielders, in my experience, centre mids will talk the most crap, you know. Centre mids will just talk there's some man that talk for the sake of talking, just so the manager can see they're talking and moving mess. They'll just chat. Couple times they'll do that. So you have to say, hey, shut up, bro. Shut up. What are you talking about? Like, shut up. And people might think you're arguing, and it happens sometimes. Your teammates might think you're arguing, but they don't know. It is cool. We all want the same thing. Prior to the game, you're friends. In 90 minutes, you're not friends. Whether the opponents or your teammates, you're friends, but you're not friends. You're unfriendly friends. That's the best way to put it. And at the end of the game, you handshake, you laugh, you talk about beanies, you talk about football, you talk about billing it, you talk about going and getting a drink, you talk about whatever you want to talk about, but for them 90 minutes, you hold everybody accountable. Ironically, that's what I don't feel Arsenal do enough, and to a degree, I'm being harsh, because I've seen some sound bites and some articles that lead me to believe I'm looking too much at face value. But yeah, man. Guys, Deluded Gooner, I'm signing out, man. Yeah, man. Just thought you guys love these experiences. Let me brawl one up. I'm out.